Oh, hi. It's live.
We're live. All right. Hi, this is Kim Carroll with the English for Life Academy, and I'm here today with Caroline Cornish, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her experience in the world of teaching internationals. So, hi, Caroline.
Hello.
Um, you took our TESOL certification course. Was it last spring, I believe?
Summer.
Last summer. Oh, not that long ago at all.
Yeah.
What was it that got you interested in doing something like that?
Well, I actually studied abroad in Thailand, and while I was there, I was able to volunteer teaching English. And I was totally unprepared. They just kind of threw me into a classroom, and so I thought I really could benefit from a properly structured class, and just to learn some resources I have available and the basic structure for designing a lesson plan. Um, and so I was able to find you actually through an on-campus organization at Clemson University, and I think I made the right decision.
I'm so glad to hear that. Also, before you even did the TESOL certificate, you did a lot of cool stuff at Clemson, doing
Yeah,
some conversation classes. So,
yeah. We started that as a way to train undergraduate students in teaching English, as well as meeting the needs of the international population on campus, because there is definitely one. So we kind of wanted to meet midway and see what we could come up with that using very little resources and just student minds and power. And we had a really cool class that we created.
yeah, I think it was really successful and it's still going. So, that's
Yeah,
always a good thing.
yeah. It's my legacy.
So, we had class together over the summer and then you moved away. What are you doing now?
So I applied for a position in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I now tutor Chinese students, not just in English, but also in cultural matters, personal matters. I'm kind of like their cultural counselor, I guess you could say, because obviously studying abroad in another country is difficult, but having to go to that school and learn in a different language is especially really challenging for them. So the business I work for, we help them. We create activities for them. We take care of all of their living and food. Basically, make their first year in the U.S. very easy for them, so they can focus on their schoolwork. And so I work with 12 students a week, and then I also do some other things for the business as well. Um, and I really, really, really love my job. And of course, my teaching training has been hugely, um, really impactful for just helping me prepare for this job and day-to-day things.
That's great. And I'm so excited to hear about a program like that because I know international students coming here or going anywhere really struggle with their first year abroad because it's, of course, the language and the culture, but then you pile academics on top. And so it's so great to hear they have a support system with you guys.
Yeah, it's a really great service, and it's so much fun for me. It's like I don't feel like I'm working ever. Like I'm just talking with my friends.
That's a very good sign for a job.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Um, what is one of your, if you could narrow down some of your favorite things about either about teaching English or about working with internationals? What do you like about that?
Well, for me, it's twofold. I think working with international students, to me, I just have this really great interest in people from other cultures, and so that's how I can take care of that driving need that I have. I'm always learning about more about Chinese culture and um, about my own by seeing how the students will react to certain things, and thinking, oh, maybe that's actually an American thing, not a Chinese thing. And so having these realizations constantly is really just fulfilling for me. Um, and then also I would say teaching has been much more of a challenge than I thought. And I think that's a really good sign of that I'm in the right career, because I constantly want to be challenging myself and learning to get better. This is not just something I got into and I'm like, okay, I learned it, now I'm good for life. I can just keep doing that. Like, it's always a new struggle, a new challenge, but that's really cool. And I think definitely very fulfilling for me.
That's great. That's funny you say that because I have another colleague who started out as a friend, and I talked her into teaching English because she's someone who gets bored really fast and easily. And I said, if you start doing this career, you're never going to get bored. So
Never.
she started teaching English, and now she's finishing her master's degree, and she's like,
Wow.
"Great, there's no way to get bored doing this because
Yeah.
there's always something that comes up."
You can take it as far as you want. Yeah. That's the really cool thing about this.
Yeah. Also, I think you mentioned it kind of nourishes that travel bug. At least it does for me. So I'm always wanting to travel, and then if I'm surrounded by international people and learning about other places, it kind of calms that.
Yes. Yeah, I have this travel bug too, and it's really, really strong. And so I feel definitely like I'm able to kind of live through my students if I'm not somewhere else.
Yeah,
Um, and they're always teaching me new things. They're really great. Yeah.
great. Well, what advice do you have for someone who's thinking about getting their TESOL certificate? They're not really sure yet, or they're not sure if they want to teach abroad. What advice would you give them from where you stand now?
um, I would tell those who aren't sure if they want to study abroad. You know, I feel like in this field, you often have students or people use this program as a way to study abroad, and that's definitely a really great option. I still have plans to do that again, definitely. But I want to let those know who don't want to do that, that there still is a really great field here in the US um, for this. So if you don't feel comfortable doing that yet, or if you don't have the means, whatever your reason is for not studying abroad, you can still have a great time, great career here in the U.S. teaching English with international students. Like we just said, you can really, it's still very nourishing to have that that connection with international students, and they really need help here too, just as much as maybe even more so than going abroad. So I think definitely if you're afraid like you're not gonna be able to do it here, there's so many opportunities to teach English in the U.S. and they really need it. The students really need the help.
Yeah, they do. And I'm sure they appreciate your working with them and enjoying what you do as you're with them every day.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Caroline. I appreciate you talking with us today, and we'll check back in sometime soon to see where you are in the next couple of years.
Sure. Yeah. Wow. See you in the future.
Okay, take care.
Bye.